I'm going to do here is record this, and I'm going to post it so you can review it. So this is Monday, the 1st of February, and it's Art 480 Professional Portfolio. And I'm going to present the syllabus, which will outline how we're going to proceed and make sure that everybody understands what's next. But first of all, did everybody access their folder on the box? Yes. And you have to, everybody has to speak up if you have something to say. This is kind of again, it's a seminar, so I really want to have a conversation. Did everybody look at the syllabus? Zuleika, you didn't look at the syllabus?
I haven't gotten the chance yet.
Lucas, you didn't look at the syllabus? Did anybody understand the syllabus?
Sort of.
Sort of. Well, that's why we're going to go through it. I made it really, I over explained it, and for a reason, is because it just needed to be over explained. So here, oh, I have to make sure that I've got two.
I'm sorry. I couldn't find the syllabus. Is it on Blackboard or?
No. It's in did you get an email from me for the box?
No, I don't believe I did.
All right.
Or maybe I did.
Take a chance and take a look. So it'll save me time if I don't have to go and figure this out. You're on my grades sheet, so you should have gotten this because I sent it via Blackboard to everybody.
I don't see it. I'm sorry.
Let me see. Can everybody see the screen that I'm going through right now?
Yeah.
All right. So I sent you directly to this folder here, and I can go and everybody got this entire folder, but I will share this with Olivia. OC.
It's the second one, yeah.
ITO. Did I get that right? Can you see it?
Yes, you did.
All right, so there you got it. Now I'll open it up. So everybody has everything in here. That's all you need for this class. And that is the syllabus right there. So we're all together now.
Okay, so it went to like the other folder. It didn't go into my focused inbox. That's why I didn't notice it, but I see it now.
Okay, well, it went to wherever you get it. So
yes. All right. Thank you.
All right. So here I'll start with the goal here is just to get this introduction, and then you're going to be on your own to start to pursue the goals or the directions. This is a contract, and you're going to list your projects and you're going to sign it. But you got to come up with them. And this is a schedule of projects. Here's the dates. Today is class introduction. And this is what you're going to do for next class is, well, actually, this business management video, since I got it, I think I got that. That right there, you're going to watch this. There's the link. I'm going to send you this link with the link to this video, and then you're going to put it in and watch it at your leisure. What the idea here is to get this professional practices segment of this class over early, like the first from now to the 22nd of February. The rest of the time is your creative time developing the projects that you have identified on this contract that you've signed and submitted. That's this contract right here. So I set this up as if you were making a contract with a client, and I'm the client, and you're the designers of however you want to describe yourself. So, and here's the schedule. So the first thing you're going to do is you got to get an idea what it is to be the professional practices. And I'm going to start with this video right here. And here we're looking at this.
Says today's episode, we're going to get nitty gritty. We're going to get into the minutia, the details. We're going to talk about mindset on what you need to do to overcome the power that money has over you.
All right, so that's that, and you can watch it. And you get a. It's really more. It's about that, but it's also about how to start a design business. And this GA starting your own design business reading is right here. And you're going to read this. This is coming from the Graphic Arts Guild, and there's a bunch of text that'll show up. But you're going to read that, so that'll give you a background. So the video will give you a background. This will give you a background. So you have an idea of what it'd be like if you start your own business. And then you'll have on a 222, you will do the worksheet that's in your folder, and I'll just show you where that's at. I think there's a worksheet. So when you read this, when you're reading this document, fill it out. So I know that you did some background on how to start a business. And here's some URLs in this worksheet that you can look up, because if you're going into the design or business, I don't know, I don't have a video organization, but these are places you want to know about. At least dial them in and see that they're there. Now, so is any questions on that to anybody? Everybody got that? All right. Next week, everybody's going to do what Greta did today, which is to show us some design, video, illustration project that you have done in the past. So we all get an orientation on where you're at. So everybody understand that. So have something ready to show. Doesn't have to be a whole lot. It can just be, you know, Stephen, you can show your video to everybody. Okay. And Lucas, you got a video too. That was great. You can show that. So everybody will do that.
I was planning on showing that one.
Okay, good. And we'll kind of start out next week that way. And Greta, you can show something else if you want, or you can say you've shown something. So
Okay.
we'll start out that way next week. Now, the next thing I want to present is this phase 1 research applications. You're going to have to decide on I got two screens going on in here. One screen's big and one screen's little. So I gotta make my windows accordingly. This happens to be in the software I'm using right now is InDesign, and I use this exclusively. I don't use Word. I don't use Illustrator, only for reasons that are Illustrator is designed for, because InDesign is designed for print. So that's what I use. I use it as a editing, a writing application as well. All right, so I'm going to phase one. Student must do research necessary to determine the genre they're going to commit to. We've already said this. So you got to figure out what is the genre you're interested in, and so you're going to do some research and document that research, and you can document it. It has to be sent to me as a PDF. So regardless if you do it as in InDesign, or it could be Word or Illustrator, send it to me as a PDF. And that'll be the rule for everything, because in a lot of different programs, if you don't link the photographs and link the fonts, then it comes and you send it. You don't have the fonts or the photographs because they reside on your computer. So that's why I turn everything into a PDF. Of course, if you're doing a video, that doesn't apply. Define in writing what the genre. What is your field of study? And you need to do a little research to related fields. I would like to say that everybody in their portfolio, if you have a project that addresses typography, you're going to be better for it. So regardless of if you're an illustrator or animator, if you have something that shows that you can handle typography well, like text, you're going to have a better portfolio if you demonstrate that. So I recommend that in every portfolio. And so I just made a list of all kinds of different areas that you could research, and it's up to you to decide what you want to research. And so you have to read this here. And I've given you a sample design so you can follow this as a way to make your presentation. This is an example of a page of the report. The report should have as many pages as necessary to define the genre of study by showing examples and written definitions. So you're going to do some online research and pick out examples that you admire, that you feel would be applicable, an applicable influence to your own projects that you're going to work up. And I've again listed a whole bunch of different areas that you could do: editorial design, related combinations of the fields. You could cover editorial design, corporate branding as 3 different units of the project that you might choose to work on. And there's another: corporate design, editorial design, corporate. So I've just arbitrarily puts these things together that relate, and so you can choose. And these are all suggestions. They're not directives. They're suggestions. It's important that the portfolio have a constant theme. At the same time, the portfolio should show some versatility. This versatility should include examples of good typography and experience with page design software InDesign. Now that may not be applicable to everyone if you're just going to concentrate on illustration, or if you're doing video. My background is print design, so that's where this is coming from, but I'm not requiring that you address that if that's not your choice. And I've given possible solutions for the minimum requirements of 7 projects. So you need to have 7 pieces in your portfolio. And Zuleika, what did we do in art 344? We did 3 different projects. Was that it?
I think so.
It was
Yeah, it
brand
was.
book.
Yeah, it was 3 different. Like for the main ones, it was like 3 different projects. So there was the brand book, the infographic, and the video.
Did you do it? You did a logo as well.
Oh yeah, the logo.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that of course.
we did all of that, but so those were like 4 different projects you worked on.
I consider them like the main ones.
Yeah,
But we
but
did like
they-
other ones that are like from like early on in the semester.
well, we did something that wasn't that early on in the semester. But Greta, what was your? Give us your projects.
From that class?
Yeah.
Well, we did I forget what we called it, but it was like photos linked with words.
All right, let's forget that.
Oh, the Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix. And then,
Yeah, all right. Well, no, we did that. Let's not. I'm thinking about the last half of the class.
well, then we did the whole branding thing.
Yeah, it was a logo.
We did
it
a
was-
logo. We did
A-
a
a-
book, which had like, we had to pick photos, and we had to do like letterheads and like apparel, stuff like that.
So
And
yeah, we did a branding book
Yeah,
and then a video.
the video.
And
And I
then-
think that's it. I think.
that's it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if we had any other like major.
No, we did earlier on. We did something else. I know. I want to just be specific.
Oh, I remember. It was the like the greeting cards. That's what they were.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing.
Okay, I'm interested in those last 3 projects because there are different applications, but the theme was the same, right? That's where I'm trying to get at.
Mhm.
Logo, video, a branding book, but the content was all the same. But you showed so that's the sense of what I'm trying to get across. Of there's a theme that you're working on, but the applications have there's a variety of applications. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? Give me an indication. It's like a thumbs up or yay or, and I can't, Hannah and Olivia, I don't know if you're with me or not when you got your illustrations on, just so you know. So I made up these themes that you can review. You got to decide on one yourself. Illustration, advertising, and these are like 7 projects. So you could these are suggestions. You could do a project that was not intended toward a hypothetical client at all. It could be purely design as art or art. It could be theoretical project, just dealing with form or typography. Students have done that. And that is actually advisable because what if you're looking for a job or going to graduate school, if you do something that's inventive, it's not like replicating the cover of a magazine you already see on the newsstand, that's going to be more interesting. So if you wanted to take some creative approach and explore some avenue of design like typography or a narrative through abstract shapes, you can take that route as well, and it'll be unique and inventive. And that's maybe better than just doing some projects that are very similar to what already might be shown in newsstands, etc. And of course, you can do, if you're going to do an illustrator, you can make a graphic novel or a comic book. Any questions up to this point? No questions? All right. So then everybody's getting it. So that's phase 1. And phase 1, I'm going to come over here to phase one is due research applications. That's due next week. Oh, no class, email contracts to J Hall next week. So this management video and this starting your business isn't due until 2/22. So that's just, you have between 2/8 and 2/22 to do the business research. Do phase one research report. Oh, this research report is not due on an 8th, it's due on 22nd. The contract signed is due on the 22nd. So you got to figure out what this phase one research, what you're going to do. And then you got to list it, your 7 projects here. And then we're going to sign the contracts on 2/22, hopefully. And that day is also, I'm going to have a presenter come in and talk about writing a website. This is the Career Services Department at NMC. So that'll take an hour. And then you're going to submit your research reports, and you can submit them at any time to at that email. That's me. And I can take a look at them. And I can write you back. So we're going to do this during class and between classes as well, because there's a lot of students here, and to get through all this work, some of it's going to have to happen through the email, back and forth between us. And by the way, we can have you can schedule a personal meeting with me whenever you want. I have, by rules in the olden days, they said, what is your office hours? Monday 1 to 2, or request a Zoom meeting. So whatever we need to do. So so we got to go and figure out your contract between 2/8 and 2/22. Contract signed. We'll have next week to review this. See, I'll say, how's everybody doing on this? And what do you think you're going to do? So have next week to research it. And hello, Courtney, you made it.
Hi, sorry, I was having some computer issues.
Computer issues. Okay, great. I'm glad. I'm recording this, so if you miss anything, you're going to get a link.
Thank you. Perfect.
You're going to get a link. And we have met, by the way, through your senior show. So I admired your photographs.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your work. It was really good.
Okay, great. So here's how this is going to work. After you sign your contract, you're going to you'll start the first project, and you'll present it on 3/1. And then you'll get a critique from all of us, and you'll revise the first project and start the second project and present the revised project 1 and the first presentation of project 2. And the following week will follow in the same kind of sequence. Does everybody understand this? Okay, everybody understands it. If you don't understand it, you got to tell me. And we're going to do the sequence all the way through. Spring break is no class. That's not spring break. That's advisement. I got spring break in here. So that's an advisement day, I believe. All the way through to 5/3. We have 5/10 for review. So there's a week that I recommend everybody work into any kind of contract project that they are endeavor to do when you're making up a deadline, always have a week or some time before the deadline for something to go wrong, and that's that week. Now, this day here is the last day of class, and that's when you're going to get your grade. So there's going to be no, I'm not going to give any grades until this last day of class. And so you want to talk about grades now? I got to go and look this up. Didn't have this ready. We're going to do a Zoom. No, you're going to submit your projects. Oh, before I got to do that, I got to go say this, and I'll get back to grades. You're going to submit your projects via website. So you got to make a website to submit to launch your projects. And by the way, I got this written down here somewhere. Whenever you go for a job or a graduate school, the website is a necessity. So the website is not one of your 7 projects. It is in addition. This seminar minimum requirements is 7 projects for a print portfolio in addition to a business card, letterhead, and resume. Well, the resume is most important in this case. If we were doing this in years past, every year past, we've got together in a portfolio review, and you needed a business card and a resume to give to the reviewer. Well, this is now going to happen over through the website, which it will in the future anyway before you get an interview, and then you'd have to have a business card and a resume. But you're going to design this, and you should start to think about this after we hear from the How to Write a Resume lecture. You have to do your own branding here with regards to yourself. This is beyond the 7 projects. It's not a project in itself. You have to brand yourself, and you have to make a website to mount your portfolio. The student's design website presents their web portfolio are in addition to the 7 projects. A web portfolio is in addition to a print portfolio. Well, we're not going to worry about a print portfolio because we're not getting together. So it's all going to have to be on the web. But in the future, you will at some point have to put together a print portfolio of these works, so you can show when you meet a prospective opportunity. So how's that? Questions on that? Yes, Sydney.
I was just wondering, for the website, is there any, I mean, I guess we'll probably get into this later in the semester, but is there any specific website like generator or whatever online that you prefer that we use, like WordPress or something like that? Like, do you have a preference?
No,
Or does it not really matter? Okay.
it doesn't matter. Ava, you want to jump in here and tell us how to do this?
Sure. I mean, yeah, if you want like a basic free website, sure, you can use WordPress. But if you'd like to make your own, there's I guess
You're
I can-
muted.
in the background. Give me a second, Mom. Sorry. Yeah, but Sydney, you're totally fine using a WordPress site or something for free. And if anyone has questions, we can talk after. There's like Wix and tons of other ones, but WordPress is a good one just because it's free.
Can you tell us the tons of other ones? Wix?
Yeah,
Or somebody else?
yeah, sorry, my parents are so loud. I can't.
There's a website for artists. If you give me 1 second, I can find the website.
Well,
It's free for artists like us.
can we pick this up next week and everybody figure out how you can, some opportunities and we can all share them? Can we do that? Yeah, all right.
Absolutely.
So because it's back in the olden days, it was really hard. You had to write the code yourself. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. It's very easy. You just have to choose one. And I think that a free one is great for now, and then as you go, you can start to make your own decisions and get your own URL and etc. But you can do a free one. And you have to have that. You have to do that because that's how you're going to get graded. Oh, the grades. Oh, here, let me go. Give me a second because I didn't quite get this. I didn't quite get this ready. I was going to show you the rubric. 480. Oh, this is, I designed one and then I had to redesign it for Word. So here you're looking at grades for a former student and rubric for assessing art 480 portfolio. Judge on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being excellent and 1 being not yet qualified. So 5 is good, 1 is not. And so there's a set of goals to meet. To what degree does the student exhibit clarity of aesthetic vision, inclusive of conceptual and analytical skills? I'm going to go get the source of this rubric because this is a finished one, and I'll put it in your box so you know exactly what. I might change this a little bit because depending upon what you're going to present, because I don't have a time-based standard here, right, Stephen? There's no time-based standard, and there should be something that had to do with sequencing images, time-based quality, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So I can see I will have to add to this A, B, C, D. I try to reduce all of the goals that the program was trying to address on both programs to some five little steps. And so here is what you have right here is the critiquers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and myself. And they'll score you on 1 to 5. This is a good grade going on. And then give you some additional comments. That is going to be how you're graded. And you're going to get that at the end of the semester after the last day, after the day that you make your presentation. And all of a sudden I am getting a stuck computer here. There we go, unstuck. So that will happen. That will happen. You'll submit your portfolio. You'll submit your URLs to me. I will send them to the reviewers. You will know who they are and get a link to their website. And they will judge you and get back to me on after the 17th. And I will fill out that rubric that you have just seen with comments and send that to you. And those 5 grades on each entry that they are assessing will be added up, divided by the number, and that'll be your grade. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So I don't have to go over that anymore. Everybody understands that. You're not getting a grade until the end of the semester. And the grade is going to come not from me solely, although I will take responsibility for whatever the grade is if you have any problems after the semester's over. But it'll be judged by professionals in the field. And the reason for that is because you're going to be professionals in the field after May, and you should be judged by people who have are judging, people are hiring people and etc. So that it isn't just my eye. So that's the idea behind that. So here we are at I think we're at the end of this presentation. And so now, and there's a bunch of other stuff that you can read if you so choose in the syllabus. It might help you. It might help you to determine what you're going to present, what you're going to pursue with 7 new projects. Now, those 7 new projects are going to be new. They're going to be of this semester, and we can discuss whether the project is more than one and it just has components of 2 or 3 of the 7 required ones. That will be a negotiation between you and I. So Stephen, if you're going to do a 20-minute movie, well, maybe that's going to be equal to the 7 projects, right? So you get the idea.
I don't know. I'll think about it. I was thinking more doing just like separate animations or something like that. I
All
don't
right.
know.
Well, I'm just trying to give you an example. Like Greta and Zuleika did a branding of the same content, and Lucas, for one theme, but actually I consider that to be 3 projects because they were actually separate segments of the same content. So we got to discuss that together, and it'll be that's where I'll come in as a offering my judgment and experience to see if it's going to make a portfolio that'll have enough heft to make you successful. So we got any other comments, thoughts, expressions? Is everybody happy?
Can I just clear what's due next week?
Let's review what's due next week. All right, so if you want to know what's due, you're going to go to your contract here and you're going to look at the syllabus and you're going to say, what's due next week? Well, that right there, can everybody see this? That right there is not due until the 22nd, due. So both of those things, the reading and the YouTube watching, is not due until the 22nd.
And the questions as well?
The questions.
Okay.
What's due next week is the research applications. All right, that would be, and also you're going to present your student work and you present your research applications. Well, what is the research applications I'm reviewing now? That's this booklet of your research addressing the genre you have chosen to pursue with your own creative work. This is not your creative work. It's just you looked online and you Sydney likes illustrations, so she's gonna do a number of illustrations, probably leaning toward a style that she likes, and she's going to say, this is definition of illustration is this. This is an editorial design. A definition of editorial design is inclusive of magazines and books, trade, and retail. Well, what is the definition of editorial design? Courtney's going to give her definition of illustration. My influences are, and I could go to the catalog, Courtney or Sydney, and pull it off right off of there. Understand what I mean?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Sydney in her catalog essay actually addressed her preferences for illustration. Now, Courtney, in her catalog description, addressed a cause that wasn't a genre of application. It was, the genre would be photography, art photography actually is what Courtney did. So you could describe that if that's what you wanted to do, was art photography per your work that you did for the catalog. Yes, absolutely. You can say art. So what is art photography? Well, it doesn't address a client's needs specifically, although it could. But it's about your personal preferences and vision as an artist, art photography. And I would say, oh, hey, that's great. Now, can you bring another facet of that and make this photography another section and make this photography client-based as well, so your portfolio is a little bigger than art photography? That would be my response. This is all hypothetical, but I'm doing this just as a way to show you how I'll try to explore what you're doing, because it's always nice to have my wife happens to be an art photographer, and she's always had a sidelight as well to pursue, and so that would be nice to always have more than one ball in the air, as you might think of. So I'm trying to get you to think that way. Okay, a lot of talking going on here by me. Anybody else have something to say? So we understand what to do next week. Did everybody say yes? I didn't hear anybody say anything.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Research applications due next week, and then we'll talk about what the contracts are going to be like, kind of in a round robin type review. And you're going to have no class, but you'll email these contracts to me for the 22nd. I think we're all on board, right? Yay! See you next week, everybody. Bye.
Have a good one, Professor.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Oh, is class already over?
Thank you.
Yep, class is over.
All right, thank you.